So MyOutDesk, Daniel Ramsey here. We're here with Andrew, and Andrew's done some really cool stuff with the videos. This is going to be a 5-10 minute conversation with him, and he's going to explain to us his process and what he does. So Andrew, we started out chatting. You majored in film. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I went to the University of Colorado and majored in film, writing and directing specifically. And then after that, I had the opportunity to work with Warren Miller Entertainment, and they actually asked me to come on full time. However, I decided to actually go ahead and turn that offer down. I felt privileged and honored to actually work for that company.
So what happened? You told me about you went to a conference in Anaheim. Tell me about that.
Correct. Yeah, back in, I believe it was 2010, I attended a national conference that was put on by our company in Anaheim, and where I'm from in particular is Denver, Colorado, and we have a pretty big region, I would say, and our region went to Disneyland to, kind of celebrate the agents that went out there for that particular conference. And one of my colleagues, who's actually down in Colorado Springs, he introduced himself, I introduced myself, and one key thing that he had said, he was very quiet, and not everybody knew him. He wasn't like out there kind of talking to everybody. It was more of, just kind of hush-hush. He was kind of in the corner, but we had an opportunity to chat for a brief moment of time, and kind of give him a little bit of my background, what I did, and he had mentioned one thing that kind of stuck with me to this day, and I think will probably forever, is he goes, Andrew, he goes, bridge the relationship between video and real estate.
Awesome.
That was 2 years ago, prior to this new process that I've created and new software that's come out that's been implemented since that time. So it's always been on the back of my mind since that time.
That's really cool. One of the things you said was like your job is to create relationships out of thin air. So tell me about that. You've coined something called the 7 Days to Success. I really like that. I wanted to call it Andrew's 7 Days to Success, but so tell me about your process, day one, all the way through, and what do you do? What's systematic about it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. What I will say, though, is, probably the biggest challenge for me, before I even really jump into that, when I was talking to one of my business coaches, or my coach, I told him, I'm having a really challenge, having people sign up with me to exclusively represent them when it comes to buying a home. And he goes, okay, well, who is it? I said, well, it's family members. And he goes, wait a minute. He goes, you're having trouble with family members signing up with you? He goes, but you're having people sign with you that you've never met? He goes, I don't understand that. And since that time, that was almost 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago from today. And I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I just have this system in place that I kind of tested, and it's been working ever since. It's kind of really been taken off for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
From day one, we have a particular website that generates leads, and from day one, what they'll go ahead and do is they'll sign up for our website, give us their email and their phone number, obviously their first and last name. At that point, I'll go ahead and reach out to them, usually within 5 minutes, and call them. If they don't answer, I will go ahead and leave either a voicemail, depending on the price point, or not leave a voicemail, depending on the price point. But let's just assume it's kind of a general average price range for here in the Denver area. The second step to that is, not leaving a voicemail. So to go along with that, I'll go ahead and put detailed notes in there. Then I will either set them up on e-alerts, which are property updates that are sent via email, and I will also set them up on a trip through what's called BombBomb, which is a video email server or host per se, and it is currently strategically set up to go out every day for the first, believe it or not, 8 days. And between those times, I'll call them as well, but I'll explain that here in just a bit. But the first day, again, I will either leave them a voicemail or not, send them up on an e-alert, and then put them in the drip inside BombBomb again, which is our video email
So
service provider.
what's BombBomb again, and how do you spell it?
BombBomb is BOMB.com. It's like BombBomb.com.
And it's a video hosting platform, and you can set a drip up inside that platform for your leads.
Yes.
So you literally have a drip set up within your CRM platform, and also a video drip which coincides within BombBomb. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly right. And the cool thing about BombBomb is people are like, well, why don't I just use YouTube instead? Well, YouTube is great. Don't get me wrong, but it's YouTube. It looks generic. I personally don't like the way it looks. It doesn't look very clean. And if we're providing professional service, we want to look professional. And YouTube just doesn't provide that. It's not to say anything bad about YouTube. They've done great things and they're very successful in what they've done. It just doesn't fit for our particular our brand, our business.
So BombBomb, you can customize the look with your name, your contact information, and it looks really professional. I love that.
In conjunction with that, I was going to continue is you're also able to track as well. So what does that mean in particular? If I were to send an email to a specific lead, whoever it is, what will happen is when that email is actually opened up, it will notify me and put it into the strategy. Okay, what videos are working and what videos are not working.
So what's your favorite video that you've produced that really has great results?
It's like the 6th or 7th video in our general drip for videos, and it's a few places. That's the title of it, but the subject line in the email that's sent out says, "Call me ASAP," and the video goes like just like this. I'll just say, "Hi, it's Andrew with AtHomeDenver.com. I found a few places that I believe you'll be interested in. Give me a call back as soon as you get this." And I can tell you that I have got so many responses from that because it's a call to action. I'm not giving them the content. However, it's also showing them, hey, listen, I'm actually doing the work here for you. Give me a call. Let's set up a time to actually do it.
Something I liked about what you did is you kind of put email alerts, videos, and voicemails, and you're using them in conjunction with each other. So what I mean is you'll leave a voicemail, you'll send them a property alert, and then you'll send them a video alert saying, hey, I sent you some properties and left you a voicemail. Get back to me as soon as possible, or something like that, right?
Yes, and that's usually with every lead is, or every video email, it's always a call to action. Get back to me.
Right.
Because otherwise it's just a video.
Are you using text message? Are you texting these people, or are you messaging them through Facebook? I mean, is that part of your process also?
It's all over the place, really. I can tell you that there's one particular lead that signed up well over 2 years ago, and she gave us a phony email and a phony phone number as well. But her name was so unique. It took 3 private messages over the span of 3 months to finally get an email or a message back from her, should I say. But we closed on a house for her about a month and a half ago.
I love that story. I love that story. So it's like you're a machine. You're basically nurturing the lead over the long haul because you know that eventually they're looking at real estate on your website because they want to buy something.
Exactly. And, my team leader, who's infinitely wisdom, has a lot of wisdom, I apologize. He's always shared this, and I've really taken it to heart, and I hope that everybody else does. Is you need business next month. You need business 6 months from now, and 12 months from now, 2 years from now. And I've really taken that to heart, and just gotta stay on top of that. So I really
That's right.
applied that to my life.
And you're creating relationships. Like one of the things that I like about what you're doing is that you're not just like hoping that these people call you or that the best lead in the world drops on your lap. You're actually trying to build relationships through, multiple deliveries of your message channels. So whether it's social media or video or email or by sending them property updates, you're really building relationships, and I love that. Some of the key factors to success, what would you say, like some of the most important things when you're doing those, 4 different platforms of delivering your message?
I think I shared this before with you offline, and it's just being authentic, just being you, coming from a place of generosity and contribution, and it's true. And probably the biggest key, I have to say, is your mindset. If you have garbage coming in, you're going to have garbage going out. So when I say that, what I mean is, if you have the mindset that you're not going to get in contact with them, that's exactly what you're going to output is, well, I'm not going to get in contact with them, and that's what's going to end up happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
some of the things
that would be the biggest key factor is mindset.
Sure, sure. And then you said with the messages that you're sending out, your job as a film, with a film background, is really to capture their attention, and that really hit hard with me.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is for every industry that's out there as far as media is concerned. Commercials or feature-length films or short films, their objective on like a feature-length movie is to capture the attention or the audience's attention usually within the first 2 to 3 minutes. That's the rule of thumb. They call it a hook. And the reason that they do that is they want you to continuously watch the movie. And in commercials, they're really short and to the point. They're having you call to action as well. They want to capture your attention, and they usually do that within usually the first 5 to 7 seconds. And they usually have you engaged for the next 30. Even if it's an annoying message, you are still engaged. The insurance companies know how to do this really well when it comes to advertising, doing commercials online. And that's what kind of is interesting, just kind of processing it right now, is what you're doing when you're sending video emails is this is advertising, and you're advertising yourself, and you have to have your audience want a reason to call you back.
Right. Some key factors that you mentioned in building relationships through video. Scripts, don't be natural. Have an idea of what you want to say, but through a script, but be natural in the conveying of that idea. No faking it. Keep it 15 to 20 seconds. Be real, not a robot. Deliver value. So when you're sending them a message, you're giving them something of value, and then nurture the lead over the long run. I know that my longest nurturing of a lead was 4 years. It actually took me 4 years to help somebody buy a home. She eventually did, but other people would have said, I don't have time to mess with her over 4 years. And so I think it's real important that the most successful people like Andrew out there are really nurturing the leads over 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, whatever it takes to close the deal and build the relationship. Before we wrap it up, one thing that you mentioned to me is your schedule, that you work less than 40 hours a week, but you have a very regimented way of working, and I like that. So tell me about your day.
I don't even set an alarm, as I shared before with you again offline, and I usually wake up anywhere between 6 and 6:15 every morning, and the first thing I do, believe it or not, is look at my phone and look at what I have to do for the day, because the cool thing about our CRM is it sends us an email in the morning letting me know what I need to do for that day. Either call 20 prospects or 40 or 50 or whatever it is, send emails, appointments that are coming up that same exact day, showings that are set up for that day as well. Then at that point, at like 7 o'clock or so, between 7 and 7:15, I'm usually in the office calling, emailing those specific leads that email sent me out to go ahead and follow up with, whether they be 2 years old or 3 months old or just from yesterday. I like to nurture my leads as much as I can until they actually buy. And it's also really interesting for the stuff that I had for today, or that I had this morning, is I have a reminder to reach out to an old lead. We're actually hanging out with them tomorrow, my wife and I. So it's just about building that relationship and just even sending reminders, because I mean the statistics out there are really staggering. for the amount of agents that don't follow up with their past clients, and when they end up going to buy a home, with a different agent, 4 or 5 years, down the road after they initially bought their home, that just breaks my heart, because that's just like money out the window. So I like to stay in constant contact with all my past clients, and that's what's so great about our CRM, is it reminds me to reach out to them. And again, it comes from a place of authenticity. We're truly interested in your lives, and you weren't just a dollar bill to us or a check. You are an actual person, and we want to value our relationship with you.
Yeah, you're building a network of people, basically, friends, past clients, and just you're really building your business so that in 10 years you've got this base of people that are it's staggering, right?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is, and I'll make this very public, is to retire. Right now, believe it or not, I'm only 26 years old, but to retire when I'm 30, have an entire team set up that does this same exact thing, because it's idiot-proof. It really is. Just do this, and you'll be successful.
Yeah. So you said that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you said so. Your day was, from about 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. You're following up with leads, and then
9,
from
10, 11, following up with leads up to that point, and then from 11 to 1, and have lunch appointments with clients or friends, or building relationships, and then from 1 o'clock to about 4 o'clock, that's when I usually schedule my time to actually sit down and consult with new buyers, and talk to them about the buying process here in town, and talk to them about the market. I have a really elaborate system. And then at 4 o'clock on, I'll be showing homes and writing contracts for clients that want to go ahead and write offers. Like today, I'm showing a house, second showing for a house for a lady, and they'll be writing an offer on it. They just want to look at it one more time. Yesterday, at 5 o'clock, I was showing the house to a gentleman and his girlfriend. We wrote an offer on it. So, that's a typical day for me is, 4 o'clock on, out showing houses.
That's awesome, Andrew. Thanks for your time. Anybody listening and watching this webinar, we're actually going to be able to send you out copies of the videos that Andrew does along with the scripts. Just shoot us an email at sales@myoutdesk.com, and we'll go ahead and reply with that in the subject line. Just say Andrew. Thanks for all your time, Andrew. We really appreciate it.
All right. Of course. If there's anything else I can do for you guys, just let me know.
Perfect.